After presenting Apsu, the fresh water, and Tiamat, the sea water, Enūma Eliš tells us of the mating of these two deities. Apsu and Tiamat then give birth to young gods. However, the divine children are very loud, and the noise they make disturbs the peace of their parents. An intergenerational struggle then begins.
The divine brothers came together. Their clamour got loud, throwing Tiamat into a turmoil. They jarred the nerves of Tiamat, and by their dancing they spread alarm in Enūma. Apsu opened his mouth and addressed Tiamat. Their behavior has become displeasing to me, and I cannot rest in the daytime or sleep at night. I will destroy and break up their way of life, that silence may reign and we may sleep.
Unfortunately for him, Apsu loses the battle against the young gods. He is killed by one of them, the god Ea. However, the war is not over. Another young god, Apsu and Tiamat's grandson, disturbs Tiamat's peace again. It is Marduk, the hero among all the gods. This time Tiamat decides to fight Marduk and the young gods herself. A great battle begins, and it ends with the victory of Marduk. Marduk kills Tiamat, takes her corpse and splits it into two. The two parts are used to create the world.
After the warrior Marduk had bound and slain his enemies, he strengthened his hold on the bound gods and returned to Tiamat, whom he had bound. Bel placed his feet on the lower parts of Tiamat, and with his merciless club smashed her skull. He split her into two like a dried fish. One half of her he set up and stretched out as the heavens. He stretched the skin and appointed a watch, with the instruction not to let her waters escape. He crossed over the heavens, surveyed the celestial parts, and adjusted them to match the Apsu. Bel measured the shape of the Apsu.
Let's explain the mechanics of creation as described here. Marduk takes half of Tiamat's body and makes the heavens out of it. But because Tiamat is nothing but water, he needs an impermeable sheet to hold it from below. He uses Tiamat's skin for this purpose. Now he has half of the water above to form heaven and half of it below to form the seas or underwater. The upper waters in the sky are held by a waterproof surface. A very similar procedure is performed by God in Genesis 1.
And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, that it may divide water from water." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven.
The biblical firmament, in Hebrew rakia, is a thin sheet stretched out to separate the upper and lower waters and to prevent the upper water from leaking. At this point, the biblical and Mesopotamian traditions share the same conception of how the world is basically built and how it was created.